or Universal? It is one of the most common questions we get asked, if not the number one question. And if you're stuck in decision paralysis between Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort, this episode is for you. Welcome back to Earstravagant Adventures. I'm your host and travel agent bestie, Rachel, and joining me, as always, is Katie,
Okay.
your favorite travel chaos coordinator. And today we're tackling the number one question we get from families planning an Orlando vacation: Disney or Universal? With Epic Universe now open, the conversation has changed. We are breaking down what each destination offers, who they're perfect for, and how to finally escape decision paralysis. We are experts at making decisions, people. Don't even worry. So grab your mouse ears or your wizard wand. Missed opportunity. Where's the wizard wand?
I can go get mine. They're not kept in this room.
Okay, because today we're diving into the ultimate Orlando showdown, Disney style versus Universal style. But first, a word from our sponsor. Vacation planning should be exciting, not overwhelming, but somewhere between comparing resorts, booking dining, and building the perfect itinerary. It starts to feel like a part-time job. But that's exactly where Alonzi Travel comes in. We are a team of experienced travel advisors who specialize in theme park cruise, all-inclusive resorts, and European getaways. We've planned hundreds of trips, and our Google reviews speak for themselves. For your first call to the moment you get home, we handle every single detail: the research, the reservations, the strategy, all so you don't have to, because we believe your vacation should feel like a vacation from start to finish. So when you're ready for your next amazing vacation, visit alonzi-travel.com/take the trip, and let's plan that trip together. Well, let's kick it off with, I feel like it's our favorite, which we shouldn't be biased, but we are.
We
Sorry.
are.
Walt Disney World. Let's give a summary. So summary, in case you're new.
Basic overview.
Yeah.
High level overview.
High level, high level. So in case you're new here, Walt Disney World has 4 theme parks, over 25 on-site resort hotels, Disney Springs, the outdoor shopping and dining district, 2 water parks, Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon, not all always open at the same time, 4
Yep.
golf courses, 2 mini golf courses.
Yep.
Recommended length of stay here is 6 to 7 nights with 4 to 5 days of park tickets. Katie, who is Walt Disney World perfect for?
Multi-generational trips. Families with children of all ages. Families with young children. Adults only. Disney lovers. Star Wars fans.
And who would we not recommend Walt Disney World for?
Really? There's only one category here. Teenagers or young adults looking for extreme thrill rides.
I love how you said extreme thrill rides.
Yeah, because there's thrilling rides at Walt Disney World. And some of my favorite rides in the world, Cosmic Rewind, are at Walt Disney World. But if you want that I think I'm going to die feeling, may I introduce you to Velocicoaster at Universal Orlando? You should put the picture up that I shared yesterday of me a Velocicoaster.
Oh, yeah, I should.
Because I will never do it again. Never. I'm not that level of thrill.
So we'll get into this, but I agree, because I think Walt Disney World attractions are thrilling, but I do almost all of them. Whereas at Universal, I do not, because I'm a scaredy cat. So, high level overview of Universal Orlando. They have now 3 theme parks, 11, I know you're surprised, 11 resort hotels.
Shocking.
Well, you put this one, but you didn't put in the other one. 1 internal transportation system. Walt Disney World has 3.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay. We missed that. It's fine. 1 water theme park, Volcano Bay. City Walk, the outdoor shopping and dining district. And no, well, it has a mini golf course. That weird.
At Cabana.
That
Where?
no, at like right there by the movie theater.
Never noticed it in my life.
Okay. And they also have an escape room.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Recommended length of stay 4 to 5 nights with 3 to 4 days of park tickets. But Katie, who is this? Who is Universal Orlando perfect for?
Families with tweens and teens. That is me. That is my family.
Mhm.
Young adults, Harry Potter fans, and movie fans in general. Like, if you are a movie buff, you will love Universal.
And who do we not recommend Universal Orlando for?
Families with little children, I say 6 and under is going to
Mhm.
fall in that category. That's
Mhm.
my recommended age to start
Mhm.
going to Universal is over 6. Multi-generational trips. Grandma is not going to want to ride Velocicoaster. She's not going to want to ride the Hulk.
Park condition.
Her condition.
And the reason we say 6 is because many of Universal attractions have height requirements, and a lot of them have tall height. I think 52 is like the tallest, or 54 maybe, but they have taller height requirements. So, like Walt Disney World, most of them don't have height requirements, and the tallest one there is 48. Universal, they're taller. So, for your kids to not feel left out, that's just, and again, these are just recommendations, you guys. You can do
Mhm.
whatever you want. In case you forgot about our Halloween Horror Nights episode, we've got a couple in the archive. We recommend Halloween Horror Nights not for anyone under 13, but you can do whatever you want.
If you want to bring your babies to Halloween Horror Night, do it. But don't bring me because I'm not coming.
Don't bring me and you'll scar your children for life.
I
So,
mean, I would go eat the snacks and I would see the Death Eaters. And then I would be like,
I would definitely get the weenie pass. You
mm-hmm,
know that little
mm-hmm.
lanyard they came out with that said, like, please
Yeah,
don't scare me? I would have that.
yeah.
Yeah. So what Walt Disney World does well, they do a lot of things well, honestly. I mean, I think I'd be hard pressed to tell you what they don't do well. So what we feel like they do well is number one, the emotional connection. It's
Yeah.
like nothing else sparks an emotion, in my opinion, especially in the theme park space, like Walt Disney World. Well, Disney.
Well, everyone, even if you did not grow up going to Walt Disney World, you grew up with Disney movies. That is a staple in everyone's childhood. You cannot introduce me to one person who does not have a Disney movie that they watched over and over as a child. Like, it just doesn't happen. Like, everybody has one.
Which ties into the nostalgia of it. Because I
Mhm.
don't know if we're Katie and I are chronically online and we see things all the time. The one that gets me every time is when I see like an older person meeting like Cinderella or Mickey or Minnie for their first time and they are just in tears because they're so
Mhm.
happy. And I'm like, oh, I can't watch. I'm not emotionally stable
You
enough for
know, do you know what videos get me? And I see about one a year is where the grandparents are taking photos on Main Street and they think that they're on that trip by themselves. Have you ever seen these?
Yeah.
And then all of the family comes in, and it was like we did a multi-generational trip, but grandma and grandpa didn't know everybody was coming. Every time, sob, tears,
Yes.
tears. Mm-hmm.
Especially, or like you'll see them like videoing grandma and grandpa walking into Main Street for the first time and they see the castle for the first time and they're like in their
Mm-hmm.
80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the nostalgia and the emotional connection, it's unparalleled by Disney. Like, we'll get to what Universal does well. Don't worry, they definitely do things well.
They do.
They just don't have the
Now there is a little bit of an emotional connection. And I'm going to talk about that when we get to the Universal, but that's a very niche emotional connection that you and I both have.
yeah, yes.
You know
Uh
what I'm talking about? Yeah.
yeah, I do. Disney also does immersion. I used to say they did it the best. And then Harry Potter came on the scene.
Yeah.
So we'll
They don't do
circle
it the
back.
best.
But Disney was, let's say, the pioneer for immersion.
Mhm.
Cars Land, hello. I know we're talking about Walt Disney World, but like Cars Land was the
I didn't put
first
it all there, but
one to like
yeah,
start it. And oh my God. And then they bring Pandora, which I'm sorry, no offense. I could care less about Avatar.
it's the worst movie ever.
Could care less. But I walk into Pandora and I'm like, this is amazing.
Love it.
Megan
Give
makes
me more. Give me
yes.
more. Mhm.
Uh, I do not care about Galaxy's Edge. I hate Star Wars, but I walk in there and I do feel like I'm in Star Wars. I've told so many people, I'm like, I feel dirty when I walk in there because it's that
It's
Tatooine.
been what, 6 years? 6 years of
Yeah.
Galaxy's Edge, right? I still think that a spaceship's going to land on me. I will still be over there and hear the
Yeah.
spaceships and look up like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, because you really feel like that is actually happening, that there are spaceships flying over you.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like it's also a testament to how well it is because I hate it because it does make me feel like I'm in Star Wars and I don't like Star Wars. So I'm like, get me out of here. I don't like it. It's fine. Also, like, we need a whole segment on the Disney bubble, do we not?
The bubble is elite. If you don't know what we're talking about with the Disney bubble, it's the fact that
Explain.
you can check in at 3 o'clock on a Sunday and you have no reason to leave Disney property. You can use transportation to get anywhere that you need to go. Even if you're going to go to the golf course, they're going to give you a taxi voucher. Like, you do not have to worry about a thing. There is any type of cuisine. You be like, oh, I want to go eat Japanese food. Oh, well, look, we can go down to Morimoto, Asia, and we can eat Japanese food. Anything that you can dream up, you can do on Walt Disney World property. It is a city in itself. The
Well,
only thing you can't do is fly directly onto it because the airport's shut down, but there used to be one.
I think also the Disney bubble is the service. So
Mm-hmm.
like what 100% what you're saying, but also all of the Disney cast members get the same training. Now they'll get job specific training, obviously, but they'll also get the same basic training. So the hotel staff, the most of the restaurant staff, because some of the restaurants are third party, most of the people in the stores, the custodial staff, the housekeeping staff, from the parks to the hotels to the stores, they all get the same basic training. So they all have the same mannerisms and behaviors. And Disney, I used to rag on Disney for their hospitality. Now the hospitality companies have laxed in their hospitality and Disney has stepped it up, which I know we can
Agreed.
get into debate on the things that we've lost over the years, but they still deliver on hospitality while other companies
Mm-hmm.
have lost it. So when, like Katie said, when you step on Disney property, you also have the people that are surrounding you,
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
which
And I think we've talked about this, oh, probably years ago, about when I was going to go stay at Pixar Place when they reopened and I had a club level room booked. The club level lounge was not complete by the time I got there. That was one of the most incredible experiences. They had already called me like 2 weeks before and they had refunded the extra money that I'd paid for club level. And as soon as we were at check-in, they were like, "What kind of drinks would y'all like? We're gonna fill your rooms with drinks." We walked up there and there was a whole gift basket. There was candy, there was beach towels, and like they didn't have to do that. Like they had
no.
already refunded the cost of what I had paid for club level, but they just took it that extra step, and I was like, "This is so nice." Like,
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
So Disney. And this is very important for me and Katie. Okay, this is very important. The sit down dining experiences are fantastic. There are some bad ones,
Obviously, there's always gonna be some bad ones.
but there's more good slash great dining experiences because I'm also like Morimoto is an experience. They've got that
Yep.
Takumi Te in Epcot. That's an experience. Le
Mm-hmm.
Cellier, I feel like that's an experience. Character dining, that's an experience.
So good.
As people who love food, and it is
Yes.
an integral part of vacationing, this is very important.
It's not just that we love food. It's like picky, but the opposite. We have sophisticated palates.
Connoisseur, connoisseur.
Yeah, we like to try new things. You
Yeah.
are not going to catch us at the Crystal Palace every time we go to Disney because, first of all, like that's just not what we're going there for. If you want to go there and have the basic Mickey waffle and meet a character, they have that for you. But if you want something more elevated, they have that as
Okay,
well.
but Crystal
Like,
Palace has the churro waffles. Don't
it does.
disrespect Crystal
Crystal
Palace.
Palace was not a good. I should have said Chef Mickey because of the churro waffles. But like,
Yeah, swap Crystal Palace with Chef Mickey's because Chef
Yeah.
Mickey's is. And then well, there's lots of things to do as well. Okay, but we're just
Mhm.
giving you the highlights. The last in our list is parks that will fill your whole day. And
Oh yeah.
I am looking at Animal Kingdom. Y'all are gonna say in the comments that Animal Kingdom's not a full day park, then you're not doing Animal Kingdom right. Also, Animal Kingdom does close at 6. So it it is a full day.
It is a full day. It is a full day. I'm with you. If you're not taking your time in Animal Kingdom, if you are not going slow, if you are not talking with those cast members about, they have so much knowledge
So much knowledge.
about the animals. Like, so I
And
wish
there's
I was
so
in
many
Animal Kingdom
shows
right
and
now.
trails and side quests that
Mhm.
you can do. Same with
Mhm.
Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios, usually to me it's a half day park because I don't like some of the things in the park, but they have a lot of shows there. They have a lot of character interactions. They have a lot of attractions. Like they're all there. And don't get me started on Epcot. Don't pull Charles in on that. How Epcot's also a
Oh,
full day park. Listen,
yeah, Epcot is a full day.
yes. So Katie, you run
Magic
us
Kingdom is
through.
2 days.
Yeah, for real. What does Universal do well? Because I know we Disney's our favorite, so sorry, but
Mhm.
we have to be unbiased right now. Universal does a lot of stuff very well.
They're improving. Like that's the
Mhm.
thing is Universal has shown
Yeah.
up to play
Yeah.
in the last 5 years.
They're not
Um,
belly up.
no, high energy environments. Universal's high energy. Everything is go, go, go. It is not very laid back, in my opinion. There's not a lot that
Agreed.
is just, wander around and take the sights in. No, it's let's do this and then let's do this and let's do this.
I mean, with the
Um,
exception of Volcano Bay, but Volcano Bay I feel like is not directly in this conversation.
but even Volcano Bay, there's so much stuff to do.
True,
Like,
but
I mean,
I liked being lazy. The lazy river is my spot.
see, we're the opposite because I like the Rapid River. The Rapid River is the best thing I had think ever invented in the world. The Rapid River basically is like a wave pool, but in lazy river form, and you just put on your life jacket and hold it like this, just to zoom through it, and it's my favorite thing. I could do it all day. So I
Lazy
get
river
bored of
all
the
day.
lazy river. I get bored of lazy river. I'm like, okay, this is it. But Rachel and I have very different travel styles. Like we know this. So with Disney, we said immersive lands. I'm gonna say total immersion with Universal. That started when they opened the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. When you are in Diagon Alley, when you are in Hogsmeade, you feel like you have stepped into the movies. And yes, there's immersion with Disney, but you can forget that you are just a regular muggle. Like you think you are a wizard. And then when Epic opened and we got Ala Burke, Super Mario World, they just pushed it even further. Like they are pushing that envelope to where reality doesn't exist anymore. And it is
It's
incredible.
it's so well done. Like when you walked into Hogsmeade for the first time, you were
Mhm.
blown away. And then they stepped it up with Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley was next level.
It still is.
I'm
It
on the
still is.
fence about 1920s Paris. I'm on the fence about it.
Haven't been.
Okay,
Haven't been. No, no,
well,
haven't been to Epic.
I'm on the fence about it.
Mm.
But Super Mario World is freaking awesome. And I'm like not a gamer person, but when I was, I played Super Mario all the time. Going in there with the power-up bands, hitting the blocks in real life, like it's awesome. And I'm not a big How to Train Your Dragon fan either, but walking in there, you're like, holy cow, this is
Yeah,
and
it's insane.
the portals.
The
They even
portals,
did an immersive. Hmm?
the animatronics for like the dragons. Come on
Yes.
now. There's
Or
a
even
dragon
like,
flying now. The dragons are flying. Like
yeah.
it didn't happen with opening, but as we're making this in March 2026, the dragons are flying over Epic now.
Well, and even like the Dark Universe. That isn't like really a place, but they made it and you go in there and it is so immersive and it's something that they just totally made up. Like I'm really happy that they're fighting with Disney on the immersion thing because Universal is more
This. This
innovative.
is speculation. I'm going to go into the world of speculation where we don't like to live. But last year when Epic opened, there was very public photos of Josh Tomorrow going through Epic with the Universal executives. Like he
Mm-hmm.
was there as a guest. They were taking him on a tour. And I don't know if you saw the chatter last week that when Josh Tomorrow was officially promoted to the head of
He
Disney,
said, "We're
he
plus in Villains Land."
he is scrapping the original plans for Villains Land and Monsters Inc. And I can guarantee you that he went over there and said, if they're here, Disney's going here. And I love that friendly competition between Disney and Universal because competition is good to challenge
Yes.
everybody to step outside of their box and deliver more to their guest. Love it. I can't wait
Because
to see what
yeah,
happens.
it's just better for us.
Better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not fighting. They like each other, but they are competing with each other.
Mhm.
And we are the benefactors of that
Yes.
competition.
Yes.
Thrill rides.
Facts.
Dude, guys, they're thrilling. I
Yeah.
was explaining this to a friend over the weekend because she has never taken her kids to Disney or Universal. And I was explaining, and I was sending her video of Velocicoaster and explaining that it has no shoulder harnesses. And her kids were like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "No, like you're going to do all these inversions, you're going to do that top hat, and you feel like you are flying and you're about to die." And they're like, "What do you mean?" Like the engineering that goes into those. Like, I don't even understand it, Hagrid's. I mean, come on.
I mean, yeah,
Next
my
level.
friend who loves thrill rides,
Mhm.
all top three of her favorite are Universal, and she's done all the ride. Well, actually, that's not true. The top two are Universal, and then Cosmic Rewind.
Cosmic Rewind. Cosmic Rewind is just
Yeah, but she also hasn't been to Epic because I feel like Stardust Racers would push
Mhm.
out Cosmic Rewind for her top three, but she hasn't been to Epic yet.
Probably. Probably. From everything I hear, I would say so. Volcano Bay.
It's so good. And listen, I am a water park hater, 100%. I hate water parks, and I went to Volcano Bay begrudgingly. And
Ah,
I loved it.
mhm. Same. And I think I've said this on here before. I grew up in a water park. My mom was
Mhm.
the manager of our local water park. So from age 7 until 17, I was in a water park every day, my whole life because eventually I worked there as well. And so we have never been to the Disney water parks. Never, not one time have I set foot in there because my husband's also not a water park person. We went to Volcano Bay because the kids begged to go. And it blew me away. It changed my mind completely. I
Mhm.
think we have a whole episode on Volcano Bay. Do we not? If we don't, we need to make
I
one.
don't think so.
Well, I know we talked about it heavily in my trip recap from that trip. So write that down and we'll
Yeah.
give y'all a whole Volcano Bay episode because it's not a water park, it's a water theme park.
Mhm.
And there is a
Distinction.
distinction.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the word. And
Well, I've been to Typhoon Lagoon.
okay.
And it's granted, this was a very long time ago, but it hasn't changed. The things that they're doing in Volcano Bay, and this is so little, but the fact that you don't have to carry around tubes everywhere. The fact that they have misters on the ground, so you're not burning your feet when you walk around. There's lounge chairs everywhere. There's sand. Like it's a lot of little details that just make this water park, water theme park amazing. And I plan to go in May, so we'll have to do the episode after I go so I can have some fresh post tapu
Yeah,
tapu.
you haven't been. I was about to say neither one of us has been since Tapu Tapu's gone. So I'm glad you're going to give us that real time feedback
Yes.
on how
Yes.
that has changed. So for Disney, we said table service dining. For Universal, quick service dining. I get asked this all the time. You disagree? Are you disagreeing with me?
I so disagree, but I only agree for Epic Universe. I think the food
I,
at Universal in general is a con.
we have some quick services that we absolutely love. I have never had a table service dining at Universal, and I've done a lot because the last time we went, we did one per day. Um, that I'm like, man, this was good. We should come back. Not even at Mythos. Not even at Mythos was I was like, let's do this one again. But we have some quick service spots that we adore, and I think it's great.
The only quick service place I like is Three Broomsticks or the Leaky Cauldron, and they have the same food.
I like both of those. We are green eggs and ham people. I can never remember the one that's in Jurassic World, but it's like that barbecue,
Okay.
and it's good. Anyway,
Okay,
I'm
well,
just saying.
I'll take your word on it. I'll take your word on it. I know the quick service is good at Epic because I've had a couple of the things at
Yeah,
Epic. So, um, okay, I'll take your word on it.
yeah. Planning's easier. The parks are more laid back. Like
Yep.
I said, it sounds weird to say that when I said high energy
Yeah.
environments, but with Disney, you need to have a solid game plan. You need to have, thought about your day. You don't have to do that as much with Universal. You can go more with the flow.
Well, I think what you said about high energy is like the rides are more
Mhm.
thrilling. It's more intense. It's more ride driven. So like
Yeah,
you're doing more rides, but you don't have to, even with their skip the line pass, you're not making reservations for stuff, you're just showing up.
yeah. Mhm.
Dining, you can, be super laid back with it. So high energy in a laid back way. Like it sounds like an oxymoron, but like if you think
It
about it,
does.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
All
Walt
right.
Disney World cons, we would be remiss if we didn't give you both sides of the spectrum. So we talked about our positives. Obviously, we want to talk about positives, but any good balanced travel agent also knows negatives. Okay. So
Mhm.
Walt Disney World cons in direct relation to what we were just saying. Walt Disney World has too much planning. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's why we have a job is
Why
because
we
there is
exist.
yes, there is so much planning from picking your hotel. We said there's over 25 hotels. So from picking your hotel to
Mhm.
the transfers to the dining to lightning lanes to enchanting extras, bippity bop, like the list literally goes on. That's why we do what we do. So that way you're just like, oh, here's my deposit. What do I do next? Don't worry, we
Yeah.
got you.
You can just show up.
I mean, there's some decisions that you have to make, but
Yeah,
yes, you can just show
but
up.
we hold your hand through it because decision paralysis is a big problem,
Yeah,
you know?
the big
Yeah,
problem. The
big
other
problem.
con, which it's a pro and a con. A
Yeah,
pro
it's
because it's the Disney bubble. A con
mm,
because the property is so big. So,
mhm.
well, we didn't put that in a pro because a pro for Universal is it's small. You can walk
Yeah,
from
small
City
footprint.
Walk, Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios are all in like a little, I would say almost Disney Springs size
Yeah, yeah, it's like
walk.
the size. Yeah,
Yeah, you
mhm.
can walk from park to park. At Walt Disney World, the only parks you can walk between is Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and that's like a 30-minute walk.
Yeah, it's a long walk.
It's not an easy walk. So while they have the gift of space, it is also a detriment in terms of ease of getting around. So
Logistics.
yeah,
Yeah,
logistics. So,
logistics. And this is not on here, but I want to point this out that if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I know a con that y'all didn't say, and its price, I'm going to respectfully inform you that Universal and Disney cost exactly the same.
now.
Yeah, 2 years ago, yeah, you could have gone to Universal more affordable than you could have gone to Disney. Now, some weeks, Universal is actually outpricing Disney. So please don't come to me and say that Disney costs more than Universal because I will respectfully call you a liar.
Well, and
Moving on.
also it can. Like if you're pricing the Grand Floridian compared
Yeah,
to Dockside, sure.
apples to apples, always,
But
always.
yeah, you can't do
Yeah.
that. So Katie, why don't you tell us our Universal Orlando cons?
Okay. Parks need more attractions, especially in the two, Universal Studios is the original park, Islands of Adventure is the second park. There are some lands and attractions in those parks that are dated. I do feel like Universal is probably about to start addressing that issue. I think that they were tied up building Epic for the last several years, and I think that we're going to see some plans
Rebuild.
come in to renovate and update those parks. But yeah, I hear a lot of times that depending on how much of a ride rider you are, if you can do all of Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure in a day. I cannot because I am a ride rider.
I
Um,
cannot because I love Harry Potter and I spend like all day doing Harry Potter only.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah,
Oh, we forgot to talk about that when about the emotional connection. We did miss it. Like if you're a Potterhead, you will have an emotional connection. Like you will probably tear up the first time you walk into Diagon Alley.
for sure.
Anyway,
And when you cast your
um,
first spell, for sure.
for sure. Room sizes at the premier resorts. If you've been here before, you've heard me gripe about this before. They don't have an area for a fifth sleeper in the premier resort standard rooms, where a lot of Disney's premier deluxe resorts do. They will have the two queen beds and the full sofa bed that will sleep an adult comfortably. Universal doesn't have that. I think it's seriously lacking. I Lots of people have a family of five. Like it is
Well,
not
in
crazy to
in that same vein, the hotels are not owned and managed by Universal. So while we said
agree.
Disney has the Disney bubble, Universal does not. And my
Mhm.
comment about, the hospitality companies kind of declining, and I have a background in hotel restaurant management, so I'm uniquely qualified to talk about this.
Mhm.
I feel like it has declined, and you don't get that warm, welcoming feeling that also translates to the parks. And I feel like
Agreed.
that is a con. So not only are the hotels not themed to immerse you in the universal experience, the rooms are also not suited for families of five. And they also don't have the staff that's trained in the universal ways. So I don't see that changing because they have that
E-
partnership with Lowe's, but
Every Universal itinerary I make and final itinerary review call I do, I pre-warn my clients, do not expect your hotel room to be ready at 4 because it's not going to be. I have never had a hotel room at Universal ready on time in my experience.
I always have.
I You're lucky. I don't know if
I,
it's when you're
every single
checking
time.
in or what, but every time I have pulled into a Universal resort, and so far I've only stayed Premier at Universal. I've never stayed Value, but
Well, I
that's
also am
about
not
to happen.
going during busy times.
Yeah. I
I
have
stay off season.
always walked in to that lobby with like 10, 20 people waiting at the check-in desk, and my room's not ready for a while.
Yeah,
And
not
my
having
client
online
said,
check-in is a
yeah,
con.
and so and I've also gotten that feedback from my clients where they're like, "Thanks for the heads up. We enjoyed going to City Walk for our reservation since the room was not ready." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know,
What's our last Universal con?
this is Rachel's thing. Simulator rides. There are so many simulator motion screen rides at Universal,
4D.
4D, and a lot of them are older. They need some love, and they will absolutely cause you motion sickness.
Yes.
It is a big issue for Universal. I don't have issues with motion sickness. I can ride almost anything. Rachel, that is one of her issues. And sometimes it's not a good time at the Universal because you're having to skip so many things depending on how your tummy is that day.
Yeah, because some days you're like, oh, I'm golden. I can do
Mhm.
one attraction now, one attraction in a couple hours, and I'll be
Mhm.
fine. And other times it's just not working. Most of the time I can't ride the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey anymore because that
Yeah.
one is super, super rough. And I think they're closing the Fast and the Furious ride because that
About time.
it's a literal carbon copy of King Kong, but Fast and the Furious themed. It is the same thing, 4D screens on both sides of your ride vehicle.
I love the King Kong ride. I had a panic attack on Fast and the Furious. A full-blown panic attack.
Wow.
Because it was like a car chase. And,
Yeah.
I have issues with car,
Yeah, you do have issues with cars.
and they
Okay,
were
that's fair.
throwing flamethrowers at us.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was get by
Fair.
Fast and the Furious. No one
Fair.
likes you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that, they stop because that's one of the issues with Ministry of Magic, Battle of the Ministry at
Mhm.
Epic is they have a ton of screens there and that ride constantly breaks down. The reliance
Mhm.
of screens is an irritation.
Agreed.
Like you can do better, Universal.
Mhm.
So hopefully we'll stop seeing so much of that. Um, yeah, it
Yeah.
annoys me.
That's it. Do you feel like we summed it up pretty well? Do
Yeah,
you,
there's
viewer, feel like you can make a decision?
yeah, I feel like hopefully this helps our listeners, our watchers, our viewers kind of relate to pieces and because honestly, you walk into Disney and you walk into Universal and the crowds are completely different. Because
Oh
if
yeah.
you're a if you're a Disney person, you're usually not a Universal person. If you're a Universal person, you're usually not a Disney person. And when you walk into the parks, you will immediately be like, these vibes could not be more different. Good, bad,
Hmm.
and different. They're just different vibes because you need a theme park for every person. It's so interesting though when you do like a split stay because whichever one you start at, you're like, oh man, I'm getting whiplash from how different this
Yeah.
is. It's so
Agreed.
crazy, and they're right there.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yep.
So and we'd love to help you with your split stay because we do those all the time. But when you're ready to book your Disney or Universal vacation, all our information is in the show notes. We would love to help you. And if you are still just as confused as when we started this episode, guess what? We can help we make great decisions.
Well, schedule a call. We'll talk about it.
Schedule a call. And until next time, bye.
Bye.